Welcome in, folks. Welcome in. I'm your host, A2Cade. Welcome back. It is a Monday. Yeah, let's kick things off for our early stream. We'll do some Panzerkampf and, we'll go from there. But without further ado, we'll kick off into the game and thank you, everybody, for tuning in. So here we go. Yeah, we moved up a league. First place, 10 pieces of gold. I'll tell you that. Get our daily freebies. See what the daily orders are. 1 battle, destroy 2 tanks, buy 3 upgrades. Okay. All right. Suppose we'll take out our tiger and we'll go from there. So further ado, we're doing tier 7 and let's go. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Okay. We will try again. There we go. Looks like we're going to get in. And starting. There we go. Bing bong, bing bong. So we picked up this tiger last week, and interesting performer. Ooh. See if we can. Oh, we missed. A bounce. KV2. Really? A bounce? There we go. Oh, off the barrel. Should just aim lower. There we go. Damn, missed the shot. Oh, there's another dude over there. There we go. Punched him out. Oh, thought I'd smack the side of him. Come on, kid. You ain't better than that. Oh, it's a perfect shot. There we go. There we go. Come on. Got him. There we go. Let's go. Super focused. Trying to get these, rank up these tank kills. Alright. Got another 3. 4 on 3. Oof. Damn. Lost a teammate. Hope we can get there in time to save this guy, or at least help him out. Here we go. It'll help if I keep bouncing shots. Ow. Damn smart cookie. Oh, right under. Come on. Don't have the hit points for this. Oh. Spent too much time with AP. I should have switched to APCR earlier. My own fault. All right. Let's try it again. We'll get there. Connecting, come on. Mr. Stranger Danger. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. No, hey man, it's all good. I appreciate the lurk. I gotta go and I'd rather keep my job. Hey, dude, I don't blame you. I gotta go vote later on today, so I'm hoping tonight's stream won't be late. It'll all depend on the turnout where I gotta go to vote, and then yeah, I want to get dinner and all that started. So yeah, be tight fits today, but we'll get through it. I'll have fun with that, yeah. I tried what I, again, was it last week, and it's just rage inducing. I know I was watching Mega Noob, and yeah, he wasn't having too much fun with it either. I just don't think that the game is conducive to newer players or players that aren't like uber skilled. You know what I mean? Like even at like lower tiers now have even turned into, you know, like ridiculous matches where, you know, players are just not having fun. I'm seeing more people quitting than continuing, surprisingly. But what are you gonna do? I mean, I'm still debating if I'm gonna be like permanently done with it and uninstall it, but at least on stream, yeah, I don't think I'll be streaming it for a while. Oh, Jesus Christ. So yeah, it's really hard learning curve and WoD. It took a 2-year break from it, and I was completely disoriented. It's it's the decisions that they're making as a dev team, and I don't know why. But I mean, they could change it if they wanted to. They could fix it if they wanted to. I mean, look at these matchmaker changes that they're putting through and testing in the EU first and then bringing over to the NA server. It's like, how many years did it take for people to be like bitching at them every stream, like on ad nauseum? And they were, you know, they were still dug their heels and they're like, no, 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 no. Now all of a sudden they're changing. Why? Oh, because they see the player base numbers dwindling. So it's just sad. They could change shit, but they don't. I just don't think they have an interest in doing it. I think most people continuing are players that have played for 6 years or more. Yeah. Or people that have invested a lot in it. Like I've got my account since 2011. You know, I've got a lot of premium tanks and stuff like that. Like one of the things that pissed me off this year, you know, beyond the cycle of boxes, loot boxes, and they seem to have slowed down a bit on that, but I'm sure they'll ramp it up soon. I mean, because you got battle passes and all that other shit, but like what they did with their I think it was what 14th year anniversary. Like you used to be able to log in, you know, and they'd give you the tank. You know what I mean? Now it's like, oh, well, you got to log in. You got to jump through 8 billion fucking hoops. Like, oh, play 14 battles, be in the top 10 of XP, and all. And I'm like, you realize what you're doing. You put these, you know, let's be honest, some bullshit missions in. And then you wonder why player base is pissed off because people are yellowing matches. You're getting lemming trains. Like, fuck, dude, I'm even seeing it over in World of Warships. Like, just stupid shit that you never seen before. And it's like, it's ridiculous, the FOMO. You know, and you know, they know it's like a power creep. But again, they do nothing to stop it. They allow it. They keep, you know, it's, I don't know. There's a lot that I don't agree with that game, and I think there's a lot that they have to change, and I think just at this point they're not going to. I don't think they're going to. I don't think they have any interest in changing. So it's sad, but that's the way it is. I mean, balance. I mean, that's a fucking joke over there. Sorry. I mean, it is. I mean, fuck. For a while there, people were bitching. You had like, what is it, 9 TDs on one side? It's like, come on. I think in the last 6 months they've come out with 4 loot boxes. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, this 14 year, I think that's the only while it is 14 years WG or something. So that's when you get a free tank without playing. I think Kinetic tried to explain that to me, but I don't know details on that. Yeah, I can't remember details. Okay, I got alert. Need to get back to work. No worries. Yeah, I don't know. There's certain people I just tune out. Damn it. This guy's foobarred. If we can get over there. Here we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'll take the tiger out again. Another 3 upgrades, eh? Let's go. That's funny. Finished all my daily missions in under 20 minutes. And I don't mean it funny like it's a bad thing. I mean it's nice because now you can play without, oh, I got to finish this mission, I got to finish that mission. It's so refreshing that you come and you play a game and you're not like spending hours on daily missions, getting frustrated, trying to complete things. You get them done and then it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Then you're playing for fun.
Gegner gesichtet. Gegner gesichtet. Gegner gesichtet.
Let's get up that hill. Come on. There we go.
Gegner gesichtet. Gegner gesichtet. Gegner gesichtet.
Come on. All right, we'll switch it up. Holy crap. Not good. Admit. Oh, I couldn't get that shot, the pen on the tank behind him. Damn, 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 damn. I mean, I'm making my shots. It's just those last two, if I would have been able to pen. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Keep hitting battle, keep trying. All right, let's go. Uh,
Gegner gesichtet.
okay, there we go.
Gegner gesichtet. Gegner gesichtet. Gegner gesichtet.
Come on, pen. Are you kidding me? I can't pen the fucking Glacius on the jumbo. Oh, this is not going to be good. This is turning into a shooting gallery. Fuck. 26 shots left. I can't afford this. Oh, dude, take this KV2 out. He's like right in your face. Oh my.
Unser Panzer ist in kritischem Zustand! Gegnerischer Panzer gestoppt!
Come on. There we go. Oh, you low rolled me.
Gegnerischer Panzer gestoppt!
Come on, Kate. There we go. A KV2 on the other enemy team on the hill there, he should have been taken out a lot sooner than he was. I mean, he was just given free reign to like ray down holy HE hell on us. Ugh. All right. Go again. Bing bong, bing bong. All right, let's go. Bing, bada, bing, bongs. Okay, I'm gonna go up on this hill. See, we can hold the high ground.
Gegner gesichtet. Gegner gesichtet. Gegner gesichtet. Gegner gesichtet.
No, 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 back it up. Fuck. Did that to myself.
Gegner gesichtet.
I shouldn't have rushed down the damn hill. Should have just stayed up on the hill. Went down the hill. Couldn't back up. Didn't have enough horsepower to do it. And yeah, got bing bonged over it. Ugh. And then, of course, it was bot shooting gallery there. What are you gonna do? It is what it is. Boom, 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 boom. I have to admit, for their server being, which I presume their server is probably over in Europe, connection is pretty damn good. Even FPS isn't too bad, considering.
Противник обнаружен.
Oh, hello.
Противник обнаружен. Противник обнаружен.
Get that derp. Derp, derp, derp.
Противник обнаружен.
Boom. You're up next on the Derptastic Derp Show. Let's go, let's go. $61, he must be using APCR. Ooh, Brother Noomsy. Oh. You gonna rush him? Oh, that was dirty. Come on up. Come on. Come on. Boom. Nice shot. That was a hell of a shot. Honey, you couldn't make that shot in what? Come on, reload. Get the little hamsters going. Damn, 96, aim too low. Block, block. Thank you for the deflected damage. Oh shit. Panzer Ford actually pinned. Oh, block. Thank you. Boom, you're out of there. All right, let's see if he's the next contestant on the Bing Bong Show. Boom. Bing Bong. Back to the garage, buddy. Oh, you're a potential one shot. You know it. Boom. Oh, let's get our driver back in. On the fly. Oh my god. Oh, that was dirty. That was dirty. 3,503 damage, 6 kills, 776 deflected, 36,506 points, and a partridge and a pear tree. And thank you all the contestants for stepping up to the Bing Bong Show. Oh, that was great. All right. All right, let's get served up some humble pie. Mobility. Yes, sirrees. All right, so firepower, gunner, driver. Okay, mobility, then we'll do probably commander or gunner. Maybe protection, I'm not sure. But we get this kicked up as quick as we can. It's not bad stock when you play it as a support tank. But if you want to get aggressive with it, yeah, you definitely need to spend some points, some credits, silver, upgrade the tank a bit. I mean, I find the more that I've upgraded, it just overall the feel of the tank is better. Feels like it can, like we're almost there to be in an assault style kind of heavy. Be more aggressive with it than passive.
Gegner gesichtet. Gegner gesichtet.
Go.
Gesichtet.
Try not to bounce him.
Gegner gesichtet.
Shit.
Gegner gesichtet.
Okay.
Gegner gesichtet.
We're done playing the bounce game. Got him. Our team got him. Shit, I thought I did. Oh well, either way, he's gone. It's a winner chicken dinner in my book. But he gave up so much hit points for it, though. That might not bode well for us in the end. We'll have to knock out a couple more tanks. Whoa.
Gegner gesichtet. Wurden getroffen.
Damn it.
Wurden getroffen. Unser Panzer ist in kritischem Zustand.
Fuck, I'm getting bing bonged here. I just couldn't angle enough. I gave him too much of my side. Yeah. Yeah, way too much of the side. I should have been angled a bit more. Fuck. I knew that wasn't going to be good. It was just silly of me. Okay, we'll bring out our Sherman again. Just silly. Should have been angled better. I thought I was, but yeah. That's what happens. You don't angle right. You don't deflect shots. Don't deflect shots. Well, hit points only last so long, especially at the higher tiers. All right. Let's go.
Let's go.
see if we can. Yeah, there we go. See if we spot anything in here. Nothing? No. Okay. Oh, there's one. Oh shit, I wasn't even looking in the right place. Come on, Kate. You ain't better than that. 1 hit point, you rolled me on 1 hit point. Is he down low? Yeah. There's 3. There's an. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say. Damn, missed. Okay. Okay. Hold on, give me 1 second here. Let me clip this. Gotta clip that. I just want to clip that shot where got absorbed. There. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. Save that clip. Bear with me, folks. I just want to submit the clip for. For the devs. Okay, so there we go. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Just want to submit that. We'll go in. I want to make sure the devs are taking a look at that. Bing, 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 bong.
Los geht's. Gegner gesichtet. Gegner gesichtet. Gegner gesichtet.
Oh, KV2, eh? Dirty, dirty, dirty dog.
Gegner gesichtet.
Oh, into the dirt.
Und getroffen. Gegner gesichtet.
Dude, what are you doing? Okay, this guy's rushing forward. Why is... Okay, I was going to say, how much longer was it going to take for him to show up on the map? Or at least on my view range.
Sehr beschädigt.
There we go, there we go.
Gegnerischer Panzer gestoppt.
I still like the fact that you can't drown yourself with water. Like, I mean, you basically, you got to take your lumps. There we go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We'll take it. Just trying to get this Tiger upgraded. Okay, so we've done mobility, firepower, all that. Aiming is pretty good. Let's get some protection. Should give us more hit points. Nothing more, but still, hey, more HP is more HP. So we're doing pretty good there. How's everybody doing? What's going on? What's new? What's exciting? It's Monday. I know. Mondays suck, but you know, hey, hopefully it all ain't that bad.
Chicken attack, chicken attack. Watch your back before it fades to black.
Jarhead, what's going on, buddy?
Me? I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
AKA Klaus.
Boy, 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 bee. Boy, 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 bee. K-I-N, K-I-N. 大きな声でキューキューキュー。
No worries.
Gegner gesichtet.
How's the shoulder, by the way?
Gegner gesichtet. Gegner gesichtet.
Oh, just missed him.
Gegner gesichtet.
Okay, we lost a tank and they lost one.
Gegner gesichtet.
Thought I was. Oh, I thought it was fairly angled. Guess not. KV2.
Mehr beschädigt.
That's it. That's it. Stay right there. Damn it. All right, fine. KV2 will take some. Either way, damage is damage. I took a naproxen, but that gave you the shit. I gotta eat yogurt, tea, burnt toast. Ooh, burnt toast. I gotta eat burnt toast. Gotta eat burnt toast. Yogurt and all that. Okay, I get it. The tea's a diuretic, so. But burnt toast, I never heard that one before. You know, you could just like scrape off the burnt parts with, you know, a butter knife.
Der Kampf ist vorüber und wir haben gewonnen.
They're pretty good there. Okay. Um, okay. Give me a second, folks. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. See here. Tank improvements. Other graphics. Okay, that's that. And oh crap, silly me. Forgot to post. Ugh. Okay, so that does all that. Sorry, folks. Thank you for bearing with me here. There we go. Bing bong ads. I gotta find out if like folks are getting ads after the kind of ad break that's scheduled. Because I know sometimes Twitch will like they'll kind of slide in their own little ads, but I'm wondering if that's still an issue. Because they tell us as a streamer to run like 3 minutes of ads per hour. I mean, you can break them up however you want, but that's supposed to stop pre-rolls and all that other stuff. So I try to do mine in one shot, so it's like a Band-Aid. Just rip it off and then you're done for the hour. So that way, you can use it as like a bathroom break, coffee break, whatever have you. Take out this Sherman. There we go. Damn. Ooh. That was a lucky one. Got that. But yeah. Just curious. Go, got him on fire. Okay, gotta watch out for the anti-tank barriers here, because they will bury your tank for sure. Sherman shot me in the ass. He was trying to rush up to get the kill. He's like, no, mine. Oh, it's hilarious. Knight Luke, I think, got it in the end. That's funny. Okay, so protection's done, all that's done. Gunner seems to be decent. We'll go with Commander. Extend some view range. All right, we'll go in again. Take a look at it. Burnt toast. Oof. Anyway, hopefully your shoulder's doing better there, Jarhead. Bing, 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 bong. Getting sloppy today. Charcoal acts like a filter. I have charcoal tablets. Right on. All right, folks. This is Panzerkampf. For those of you that don't know, I've pinned it at the top. You can go there, download this game. It's free to play. Will be coming out also on Steam as well. But don't worry, if you get the launcher and start playing ahead of time, all your progress will carry over to Steam if you decide to, use Steam as your launcher instead of the current launcher. So it's free to play. Download it, give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. And hey, you never know. You can always jump in battle and bing bong me. Oh, KV2. No. Machine gun port. Go for it. Okay. Oh, buddy. AI definitely needs a rework. Bots are getting bad again. All right, let's go. Another KV2. Try and use our speed. There we go. A little bit faster than the traverse speed on the KV2. I wouldn't recommend doing that stock. Like when you first get this tank, we spent quite a bit on mobility and the driver skill. So it's kind of helped us out with that. Let's see if we can climb this hill. Where is he? Oh, he's down. No.
Grab his dick and twist it!
Oh my god, this is an MMA fight.
That dick!
Twist his dick!
Jesus. You guys are sound alert spam. Apex Latino, welcome in, welcome in. I just charcoal tablets. I don't burnt toast and all that. You're like, oof. All right. Played Tiger 2 a bit. Let's switch it up. Okay. We'll play our Panzer IV Tier 6. Switch it up. Play some different tanks so you guys can see them. I'm just trying to grind up to get upgrades on all these tanks done now that I've got a Tier 7. So I've got some 5s. Metavale. I got some 5s, 6s, and obviously my 7 to finish fully upgrading. I kind of want to do that before I go and get the next Tier 7. Just so that way, I know that I've completely done those and I'm moving on. I don't know, I guess I'm a little bit of a completionist. I need to re-earn channel points, yeah. That's what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna go maybe towards B1, A1, see if I can spot anyone. Okay, there we go. All right, let's take the real estate here. Oh, keep that turret turned. Keep the turret turned. There we go. Perfect. Regular Sherman M4. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't create a traffic jam, guys. You're going to bunch up and you're going to be like shooting fish in a barrel. Jeebus, dude. Like, go ahead. Go ahead. You need the whole map, it seems. See if we can alleviate these guys with some hit points. While we're not getting involved in the traffic jam behind us. This is what happens. You get in that traffic jam and you're like fish in a barrel because it's easy to hit like targets when they're all bunched together, because even if you miss one, the odds are, in your favor, you're going to hit somebody. So you just lob shots in. Whereas if you're spaced out, they actually have to aim and take a shot. That's what happens. You create that fish in a barrel situation and then you're bing bonged. It's easy 8. Yeah, I'm gonna get bing bonged here. Oh, are you kidding me? I didn't pen that? It's 2 on 2. Oh, great. 1 on 2 and the easy 8 with full health. See, this is why I didn't want them to like... I didn't want them to like get into that. I was trying to use my mobility and keep angle on him, but didn't. But this is why I didn't want the team to be like caked in together like that, because this is exactly what happens. You cake in together like that, and you're just like this rat's nest of tanks, and literally, like, you don't even have to aim. You just keep shooting. And eventually you're going to hit you're bound to hit somebody, and eventually somebody's going to pop. They're going to be knocked out, and that's one less tank. Meanwhile, we're all like the teammates all crashing into each other trying to avoid shells, and they're not. Next thing you know, we're in that situation that we were just in there. So whether it's players or bots doing it, I don't know, but yeah. If you find yourself in that situation, get out of it quick while you still can, because you're gonna end up hastening your trip back to the garage to pick out a different tank. So you're better off to space yourself out a bit. I mean, while numbers are great, don't get me wrong, but if you're spaced out, you know, you can like volley shoot or team shoot. That's fine, but space yourself out, because if you don't, not good. So hopefully if those were players, they learned the lesson and they can carry forth. If not, at least you guys hopefully seen that, and you'll know how to avoid that in your gameplay. Oh, gotta aim a little bit higher. Yeah, I'll take that block damage. Well, that was a nice reflection. Keep blocking. That's it. Come on, turn a bit more. There we go. Oh, you got away. Speed. HE KV2, not good. Okay. We're going to kick it to APCR. Tired of bouncing shots. Want this guy out of here. KV1's pending on me now. There we go. Switch back to AP. Bear with me, folks. I'm just super focused right now, trying to get this 2-on-1 resolved. Come on. There we go. Not good. Damn KV2. Can I put a funny YouTube link up? I sent you something on Discord. Okay, let me take a look.
Hey, everybody. I figured it'd have been just. I found. So it's called the Amazon. Have a slim face. So I'm gonna put it in where it works.
Wir haben gewonnen.
Oh no. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Okay, so what you sent me to Discord, I assume that's kind of what you wanted to post. Is that what you're asking? Yeah. I mean, you go ahead. It's, 11 minutes long, but yeah, go ahead. I mean, I don't know if anybody's going to watch 11 minutes of that, but, whatever have you. Okay. So Panzer IV. It's so funny. It's worth the time. I mean, okay.
Oh, so the overall. Seriously. Are there
Let's go.
developers about to cry? Go ahead and wrap this.
All right. I mean, I've seen those kind of things before. It's just okay. I don't know. That one always makes you laugh. I mean, I've seen those kind of things before, and it's just like, okay. I mean, if that's the latest trend, it's just like, I don't know. But I mean, comedy's subjective. I mean, me personally, it wasn't like a ha-ha kind of thing.
Target destroyed. We're hit. Enemy sighted. We're badly damaged.
Man, getting smacked.
Enemy sighted. Target destroyed. Enemy sighted. Enemy sighted.
Just got to be patient now. I don't have the hit points. Dude, like, are you...
Enemy sighted.
Oh. Some rotten teams today. Rotten teams. And all right, we'll go in again. I just saw a few days ago Captain gave up streaming. Oh shit, that's been like well over a month. Yeah, he gave up streaming. He I think he did his 3 years and then he just kind of just yeah. I know real life kind of took precedence. I mean there was that, and obviously there was other things, and I get it.
Let's go.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, I understand at the end of the day, like, why he made the decision that he made. And I mean, each to their own. I mean, all I can do is hope that, things work out for him. And, who knows? I mean, if he comes back, he comes back. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I don't know. Do I think he's going to come back? No. Would I like him to come back? Yeah. But I get why. I mean, you have real life responsibilities that pile up on you, and then on top of that, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the streamer space is just it's drama. That's all it is. It's just pure drama. Especially with certain games and certain communities. I mean, you see stupid crap, like there's people that like do dirtbag things, and people are aware of it and they co-sign it and don't say anything about it. And it really does my head in, because you'll go to them and you'll be like, hey, did you know, da 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 da, or I'm having this issue with da 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 da, and their response is either, well, they don't do it here, so I don't give a shit, kind of thing, or even worse, they've been known for this for years, and it's like, okay, and you turn around and you look and they're like either VIP'd or shouted out in their channels, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, what? I'm like, this person does despicable things, is about despicable things, has been like caught time and time again, like even recently. And, you still give them shout outs. You still like, hey, talking to them in your chat and all that. Why? Because they throw you a couple subs here or there. Like I said, it's just drama. And I mean, I'm sure like with everybody, eventually it just grates on you, and you get to the point where you're like, okay, wait a minute. Is this going anywhere? And then you're like, okay, is this going anywhere? I got, all this other stuff I got to deal with. Is it worth dealing with this BS as well? And a lot of people just say no, and, they wrap it up. I mean, there's only so much crazy I can deal with before I'm just like, hey, at the end of the day, you do you, boo. I mean, we can say what we say, we can do what we do, but at the end of the day, if, some people have the power to change things, and, they do, and some people don't. It's one of those things. It's like, what are you going to do? So, you know, tis what it is. All right, let's go Panzer IV. So yeah, in real life comes first. Streaming tanks is interesting. Yeah, I mean, you know, and it's particular one, like, you know, like for me, it's one game in particular that I know the community can be toxic. You know what I mean? Which is frustrating because I can see on the other side that that community can be really giving and supporting and all that, but like it's just sad you have folks that ruin that goodwill. You know, and I'm sure it's with every community. Sooner or later you're gonna have it. I mean, it is what it is. The trolls, yeah, the trolls. Sorry, was blowing up tanks and Panzerkampf. You're really enjoying that, eh, Meadowville? I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad you came, checked out the stream, and you're giving this game a shot. You downloaded it, you're playing it, you're having fun with it. You know, it's a good thing. But yeah, I mean, it's, as I said, it's unfortunate. You know, but it happens. Like for me, I had what is it, like another thing that you got to worry about as a streamer is like stream sniping. Like I had some folks come in and, you know, very coincidentally, like just purposely like trying to get into a battle to go against me. And it's like, okay. And then they're like, you can just see stream snipey kind of behavior, right? And I'm like, okay, once, you know, you let it go. Twice, you're like, okay. And then when you see it repeatedly over and over and over again, then all of a sudden I was just like, okay, hey, wait a minute. Like, this is a little sus here, you know? And, you know, some people got butthurt over it. And I'm like, okay, look, if I'm wrong, then I'll say that I'm wrong. But if you were in my seat seeing what I'm seeing, you know, somebody's going to think the same thing. So if I'm wrong, okay, cool, no problem. You know, I'll say I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, sus looks sus. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to, you know, kind of like kowtow to anybody or, you know, kiss anybody's butt. You know, I call a spade a spade. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I mean, it is what it is. But, you know, I find it funny because it's like, okay, you know, and I'm sure there's people out there that, you know, that don't give anybody the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? But like, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but I'm still going to call shit out if I see it and it looks weird to me. I'm going to be like, hey, yo, you know, come on. But yeah, in my particular situation, it got to the point where like I DM'd the person and I said, okay, well, what, as a person, what more do you want me to do? because they were like, oh, well, you know, you shouldn't throw accusations around. And I'm like, okay, well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm saying it not only written here, but I'm also saying it on stream. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But sus is sus. So, you know, at the end of the, you know, to make a long story short, at the end of the day, I kind of just said, okay, well, look, you know, if I'm wrong, I'll apologize for it. But, like, I mean, at the end of the day, sus is sus. What do you want me to do? You know, it's like, I owe you what? Nothing. You know? And the person did the equivalent of, oh, well, you know what? I'm taking my toys and I'm going home. I'm like, all right, well then, fuck, dude, go ahead. You know, if I can be man enough to say, okay, hey, if I'm wrong, I apologize, and this is my perspective. And if you weren't doing that, cool, no problem. You know, let's kind of like squash it. But if at the end of the day you're going to keep going on about it, and you're going to get that butt hurt over it, even after I've basically, you know, said I've given you the benefit of the doubt, I apologize if, you know, but this is my perspective. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But, you know, look at it from my side and at least acknowledge, hey, you know, it seemed a little weird. But if you can't do that and you're going to be like, okay, well, you know, screw you, I'm taking my toys and going home, well, then go ahead. You know, good luck. Maybe you'll find, you know, somebody else who will put up with that shit. But sorry, I'm too old for that shit. Like, I got no delusions of grandeur, nothing like that. Like, at the end of the day, I know who I answer to, and you know, if at the end of the day I'm not your cup of tea, then I'm not your cup of tea. I'm not gonna cry over it. It's just simple. Either man up or don't. You don't want to? Okay, cool. No problem. And I mean, and I try to be the most understanding and compassionate person out there. Like, I've been in other streams where, like, I've had people, like, literally, like, just lose it, and people are like arguing over the exact same thing, but they're just not seeing the forest beyond the trees, kind of thing. And you know, I've kind of cooled the waters and, you know, kind of resolved those issues to the point where I've had the other streamer, you know, go like, you know, dude, thank you, like, you know, I really appreciate you, you know, being understanding and compassionate towards both parties that were feuding, and you know, you got it resolved and you got them talking, and you were more eloquent about it than I could have been, you know. And it meant a lot, because I was like, okay, well, you know, especially from who it came from, but I was like, okay, cool. So obviously, you know, like, I don't talk out of my ass for the sake of, you know, just blabbing. But, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, you want to do you go ahead, boo-boo. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, Marantha, what's going on? Level 2 out of 4 private. There you go, Metavale. Keep climbing, man. Keep climbing. You'll get there. I got into other streams. People who stream 5 years get shoutouts and they don't get as active as a streamer. I go into other streams. People who haven't streamed in 5 years get shoutouts. Then I don't get any as an active streamer. It's the same thing over and over. Yeah. Grinding T3485 1940. Right on. They banned innocent people who are being stream sniped, especially in the EU. Yeah. what trees, what forest. All I see was the frozen tundra of Eotic. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is. How's it going, Amaranth? Let me give you a shout out, buddy. See, and this is what I like. Like, I like having, conversation. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want people to agree with me just for the sake of agreeing with me. I don't want that either. Because then that just creates an echo chamber of, like, silliness. And it's like, no, like, I welcome different perspectives and different ideas and stuff like that. Like, I enjoy having that conversation. You know what I mean? And if I'm wrong about something, then, hey, I'm man enough to stand up and say, okay, hey, shit, I was wrong. Mea culpa, But, I don't want people to feel like they're not welcome here. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you're just going to be toxic or, you're just looking to cause some drama, stir the pot, and it's just kind of like, okay, well, there's a difference between, like, debate and conversation versus, like, trolling. And that's where it's kind of like, okay, you got to kind of know what's what and where to draw the line there. But yeah, I mean, it's as far as the shout outs go and all that stuff, Jarhead, I mean, yeah, like, that shit happens, but I mean, what are you gonna do about it? At the end of the day, people do it because they're like, oh, hey, they're my buddy and stuff like that. Like, hey, I've had that happen to me. I mean, it still happens. I mean, I've had meetings and like in-person conversations and hung out with people and stuff like that. Like, I've gone to dinner with folks and like I not to toot my own horn, I've paid for their meal. And, I'll go into their chat sometimes and I'll be like, hey, da 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 da. And forget shout outs. I mean, you just get ignored. It's like you got to send 5 or 6 messages before, anything. And even then, it's kind of like, okay, well. So, I mean, would I be surprised about shout outs? No. I mean, for me, I shout out like tons of folks. What I more or less worry about is like if somebody comes in and they're a streamer and I don't know that they stream and like I think they're good people and I don't give them a shout out. I worry more about that than giving shout outs. I worry more about missing a shout out, so to speak. Because I don't want that to happen either. I don't want people to feel like, oh, well, like I just don't want the negativity of that. And I know it's hard, being a small streamer. I know it's hard, growing on this platform, and, I've been fortunate where I've been rated by like huge streams before, like with multiple thousands of people. I've had that experience, like, and I've been very fortunate, like literally, like I think it was my 3rd stream in, I had that happen to me. So, I've had that. I've had, like an NFL player come in and drop 40 gift subs on me and bing bong me to oblivion when I first started out. So like, I've been very fortunate where I've experienced a lot of things that a lot of people don't get to experience, and I understand that. And it's a privilege and it's an honor. It's not an expectation. So I mean, at the end of the day, if I can give somebody a shout out and help them achieve their goals, then so be it. I mean, I'm realistic. Am I always going to be here? No. I mean, I don't live forever. I'm not going to be here forever. But if I can pass on some goodwill, if my legacy is, at the end of the day, if it just boils down to, you know, good vibes, then that's fine. You know what I mean? If my legacy is a memory that makes you laugh, you know, cool. That's, you know, or brings you some sort of joy. Great. That's it. That's what it's about for me. Right? Yep. Hard part is what I had to do to turn follower on only due to troll. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing that I'm seeing a lot lately. Like, a lot of people who watch streams don't understand. As a streamer, you're responsible basically for everything that happens in your stream. Like, you can have somebody come in and be a complete troll to you. And, you know, luckily, you know, Twitch is understanding that, you know, like, at least if you attempt to do something about it, you know, hopefully, knock on wood, they're not going to bing bong you over it. But people don't understand that, like, you know, a lot of streamers, you know, have to deal with that. Right? So, you know, you have bots and all that crap. So, you know, you're trying to find a happy medium where you protect your community and your stream, but also you allow your community to kind of, you know, flourish, but also you're trying to be inclusive and welcoming to new people that are trying to come in and join your community. So it's a hard tightrope to walk, and a lot of people who don't stream don't understand that. And they look at it like, oh, you got followers only on. And then, you know, like, I mean, I know plenty of streamers out there who got, like, not only followers only, but they make you wait, like, you know, an extended period of time, you know, to even say, hey, you know. So it's just like, okay. And people don't realize, like, I mean, okay, you click the follow button. Okay, yeah, you follow the person. Okay, well, if at the end of the day, if they're not your cup of tea, you don't like them, just unfollow. Simple. There you go. Problem solved. Like, I don't know. Some things just amaze me nowadays, I suppose. Damn it, I'm getting bing bonged here. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I've come across toxic. I've come across, you know, people who are having, like, you know, crises or whatever have you. And it's just like, okay, like, dude, I can't deal with that. I got my own, you know, there's only so much I can absorb, you know, where until I'm like, okay, you know, you gotta find that happy medium, you know, where, like I said, I try to be supportive and understanding and helpful, but on the same token, I mean, everybody's got to kind of put their own line on things. Like, it's okay to be helpful and supportive, but not to the point where it costs you, you know, perhaps sanity or peace. But, you know, knowing what I know now about the streamer game, I don't know. Oh shit, that Pershing just lit me up. I was not expecting him. That is a nasty, nasty tank. That dude just like sparked me quick. Our part of, yeah, that's why everyone that comes into be a Big Fatty Plus's chat gets a shout out. Big Fatty Plus, I'll let Cade tell you in his channel. Shouldn't promote other channels unless Cade is okay with it. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't mind Big Fatty. Let me give him a shout out. There we go. Yeah, I mean, he's Big Fatty's one of the reasons why I started streaming. Him and Benji 112. You know, they kind of talked me into it and convinced me that, yeah, you should do it, you know, give it a shot and check it out and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, after the initial conversation, I think it was what, a couple years later, here we are, right? But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just coming to the realization that, you know what, there's some people that are just fake as shit, and there's other people that are legit, and like what you see is what you get. And like I'm starting to gravitate more towards people that are like real and legit than, you know, people that are fake. You know, and if some people get butthurt over it, then they get butthurt over it. If I lose followers over it, then, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Can't cry over spilt milk. But, you know, like just to wrap up the toxic stream environment shit conversation, you know, it bothers me and it amazes me that people are like, they'll say, oh, they're about this, they're about that, and, you know, all this jazz. But when the chips fall, like I said, they allow people that they know are completely against that, you know, to be part of their communities. And it's like, and it sickens me that some people have known for fucking years and they do nothing about it. You know what I mean? But they'll joke and you know, make, you know, dry humor comments and roasts about, you know, other people. But I'm like, okay, this person's being a douchebag. You know they're a douchebag. But you say nothing. You know, you're like, hey, oh, and all that shit. And I see it in so many streams now that I follow, and it just turns me off. And I feel bad because it's, you know, I give the benefit of the doubt to the streamer where they might not know, right? But it just turns me away from wanting to support that person, even with a view. And, you know, hey, I've had to go through, you know, my follower list and, you know, trim the fat, so to speak, of channels that I follow. And I've just stopped going to certain channels altogether. It's like, okay, well, hey, you know, if you're going to say something, be something. You know, I'm going to be 10 toes down on something. I can't say, oh, I can't call out douchebaggery and then on the same token be okay with people that promote douchebaggery. Oh, that like feathered in. So yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But MKD power, like really, dude. Like, look at this guy. If this is a fucking player, like, this is just douchebaggery behavior. Like, you're trying to push me to get killed because why?
Der Panzer ist in kritischem Zustand! Zerstört! Triumphieren!
Don't be this dude. Ba, 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 ba. Thank you for the follow. Applefish PK, thank you for the follow. Let me go through here. I'm missing some stuff here. Let's see here. It's a laugh, especially when the burn syndrome happens. Oof. AA2, what's the French fries with cheese curds on it called? Yeah, poutine. Exactly. Or Maranth knows. Yeah, poutine. That's why I primarily learned about streaming from it. Yeah. But on the same token, I mean, you got to be careful about who your mods are, because if your mods don't have your best interests at heart, and aren't under the same, how can I put that? Like, I mean, if your mods aren't like with you, like your, how do I put it? I don't want to say like, not like your vision, but like they gotta be like, you know, hand in hand with you on things. And if they're not, then it can create issues, because then it's like, okay, well, you as a mod, you see things and you're like, okay, look, no, we need to ban this person, or we need to mute this person, or whatever have you. We need to do some sort of action because this isn't, you know, helpful or good to have in the community or in the stream. And then you'll have that sometimes you'll butt heads with the streamer where it's kind of like, oh, well, no, I'm cool with them, you know, just give them a pass kind of thing. So yeah, that sucks. Hi all, I clipped that. Yeah, MKD powers a bot. I figured. Just, I mean, welcome in, Tars. Yeah, the bots need to refresh. Chicken attack. Yeah. I cut my mods from 6 down to 2 because 4 will dual modding and the others never showed. I mean, I don't mind dual modding. I mean, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, my 2 mods, they dual mod. So it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? And they're cool. You know what I mean? Like, they're here when I need them to be. You know what I mean? And I'm lucky that they're experienced enough that, you know, they know, okay, hey, let me kind of chill back and just kind of be a fly on the wall, or let me be a more active role. Like, I like my mods. I'm happy with my mods. Do I wish, you know, like they had more time, you know, for me? Yeah, I mean, it'd be silly not to wish that. But on the same token, I'm happy with them. I've got no issue with my mods. You know, one of them I haven't heard from in a while, and I truly hope that he's okay. I hope that he's doing well. I hope to hear or see from him soon. I've messaged him, and you know, yeah, and I mean, it is what it is. I just, yeah, like, I mean, you know, like, I hope the dude's okay. My mods have been, they've been very, very supportive, especially in moments of self-doubt, in just difficult moments, not just, you know, the great, you know, hoorah moments either, but the difficult moments where things have been like just really rough. You know, the amount of support that they've given has just been tremendous, and I can't stress enough that like they're awesome.
Know your role and shut your mouth because the people's champ is ready to talk.
They're just awesome. A-Life Gaming. That's one of the things I would like in an update, a report system from Douchebaggery like that. I mean, there's a thing. I'll just pick a tank and go into battle. That way, you know, we're playing and chatting, not just chatting. But there's a thing where streamers can share their ban lists. So you can do that. So basically what you do is you can ask permission of a streamer for them to share their ban list and vice versa. So you can do that. So, you know, and you can see like comments. I believe you can see comments. I'm not 100% sure, but anyhow, the streamers can work together and kind of do that. And, you know, I do that with a couple of streamers. And you know, it seems to work out. So there's that. The biggest thing I couldn't get across, BanBot viewers. Yeah, I mean, that happens. Hey. Yeah, that happens. Oh, shit. I hit the wrong button. Hey, Pofus. Hello. And again, if there's anybody that's in here that streams, please, you know, speak up. Let me know. I want to, you know, get you guys, you know, your shout outs and all that stuff. Especially my my fellow Panzer Comp streamers. Don't be shy. And, you know, don't worry about self-promo. I'm asking. So, you know, please put your hand up and let me know. Because, I mean, hey, you know, I might be one of the few English-speaking streamers out there of this game. But, I mean, you know, hey, if there's, you know, I know there's people that stream in French and German and Czech and all that stuff. So, you know, I want everybody to feel inclusive and at home and, you know, good vibes and all that good stuff, right? So, you know, I mean, I appreciate the support of everybody coming in. You know what I mean? But I know just, you know, perhaps a comfort level, like, I mean, maybe they'll like, you know, somebody in their own language that they can communicate with. So it doesn't bother me. And hey, if at the end of the day, if I can kind of, you know, kind of do one of these and get a viewer to, you know, a cool streamer, you know, at the end of the day, at least I did something good. You know what I mean? And hopefully at the end of the day, they'll be like, oh yeah, you know, A2K was cool, and you know, hey, I found out about you through this, or vice versa, right? So, you know, it's always a good thing. Look at this, dude. You're just ranking up like a champ. So there's that. But Apophis. Oh my God. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, dude. Yeah. But welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for hanging out. I really, really appreciate it. So, you know, feel free to, you know, kick your feet up, relax, you know, hey, engage with the community, ask questions, whatever it is. You know, hey, we're all here about, you know, having a good time and playing some games, right? Just got home working from Sunday, finished Monday at 6 p.m. Delaney to relax now. Oh my God. I don't have the patience for that streaming BS. Yeah, I mean, and that's what I mean. Like, some people do, some people don't, you know. Like I said, at the end of the day, it just, I kind of wish I could take, and I'm doing a Panzer IV battle, by the way. I just wish I could take like the streamer side of things and give that info to viewers so they know kind of, you know, our side of it. You know, being a viewer and a streamer, you know what I mean? And also, you know, like I do like some light modding for, you know, a buddy. Having experienced all three aspects of it, it's definitely given me a different perspective, and it's one of the things that I know is kind of lacking is the understanding of, you know, the streamer side of things from viewers. You know, like you guys get the easy part in an essence, where you just got to click and go to the person's channel and you sit there, right? I mean, like a lot of the work is on us. Like, we have to be entertaining. We have to keep you engaged. We have to be playing something you want to see. You know, we got to make sure that, you know, there's something that keeps you engaged across the board. You know, we got to make sure our audio is great, our video quality is good. Like, you know, the back end stuff that people don't see, you know, like not just like for me, like sound alerts and bit cheers and stuff like that. Like, you know, like trying to be creative with that and like I said, implement that from mind to reality. It's quite an endeavor. So, you know, and those are things that people don't see on the back end. Right. So you know, that's kind of, I kind of wish I would, that knowledge would be a little bit more out there. So, I mean, and you know, hey, maybe it'll make people a little bit more understanding when it comes to like things, like I said, with, you know, followers only viewing and shit like that. Like, some people get like offended by it, and it's like, okay, well, wait a minute, like, don't get offended by it. It's just a streamer trying to protect everybody involved. Like, you as a viewer, you know, his community or his or her community, the streamer. I'm gonna get blown up. Yep, I knew it. Ugh. Let's hope we got some players in here that can carry, because I got bing bonged. I see this Venom kill a lot in games. I don't know if he's a player or a bot. And see, that's a problem. Like, you don't know what's what. I mean, I guess I guess it's a good thing because then you kind of can't take advantage of knowing, you know, who's a player and who's a bot and target the players versus bots, and that way you kind of have somewhat of an easy street. But it's, I don't know, maybe make it so that way, you know, you can only see the bots on your team, like they're identified on your team. So then you know, like, okay, oh crap, you know, I'm the only player, or, you know, I'm not. So I don't know. Just random bing bong thoughts that's coming to my brain, and just, you know, get spewed out. So there we go. I got sick. Stuff going wrong. Clown in chat just being an idiot. Used to be annoying tabbing out just to get rid of them. That's why I just gave up to do it now. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, from that aspect, yeah, I understand what you mean there. I mean, for me, it's I mean, I think it's a little bit easier now. I mean, I think they've put in some tools to make moderation a little bit easier for streamers. You know, when you're live, the only question is like, it's just reaction time. You know, like I've seen some mods that like literally like you blink and it's just like boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, dude, you're a quick draw on that shit. And then, you know, there's other times where, you know, unfortunately, sometimes, you know, you're a little slow on the draw, and, you know, things get through and things happen. And, but at the end of the day, I mean, if your community understands, you know, and knows that, you know, your heart's in the right place, then, you know, I'm sure people know you're going to come across trolls and silliness. Like, I mean, I know this other streamer who, I mean, wholesome and all that, like, you know, there's Taurus, hosts, what do you call it? Bible studies, you know, on their Discord and stuff like that. They're just genuinely, you know, good people. It was playing a game on stream, like a community-based game, and person came in and was just being a bigot and like just, you know, just doing, you know, silliness. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, they've now had to tighten things up, and people are like, oh, but why? And da 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 da. And it's like, well, this is why. Like this is why people say you can't have nice things, and it's, you know, and some people get upset over it, and it's like, okay, well, I'd rather one person be upset about it than say 600 people. But, you know, that just goes back to what I'm saying. Like, I just wish there was a bit more understanding from the viewers as to what the streamer goes through, and kind of like, you know, what we have to deal with. You know, like, it sucks. Sometimes, honestly, it does suck.
Me? I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
That dude. The Dookie dude. But I mean, like, even for me, like when my ISP was bing bonging me forever there, and we couldn't stream at all, like I was just like, yeah, it just was not good. So, but yeah, that's that. Tropic Thunder, yeah. I had 2 battles today. Oh, wait, hold on. I had 2 battles today where someone was pushing into me, line of fire with stripes on the barrel. Yeah. See, that's the thing. It could have been a bot. It could have been a player. You never know. Right? You do run into the mine, where, you know, everybody's trying to get the kills and whatever have you, right? Because, I mean, your score is obviously based on your performance, right? So, higher score you get, the more silver you earn, and da-da-da-da-da, right? So forth and so forth, right? And then also could be people trying to do, like, their daily orders, for example. You know what I mean? Where they got to destroy X amount of tanks or play X amount of battles or, you know, whatever have you, right? So, you know, it could be that as well. You know, just that, I don't know, maybe somebody's just desperate and to get them done. And, you know, they're just like, oh, I got to get it done. And it just, you know, occupies their mind and kind of makes them do what they do, right? I mean, who knows? Jumping in and out of chat, cooking and listening. Right on, dude. I hear you. I got about another 40 minutes and then I got to punch out myself. I got to get something to eat, get dinner going, and then I got to vote today. I got to head out and vote. So I'm hoping tonight's stream I won't be too late. Like I hope I'm not going to be late, period. But again, it all depends on, you know, voter turnout and all that good stuff. So if there's like a crap ton of people and, you know, you're the last in the line, and you know, you got to wait. But hopefully it's not going to take too long and I can get my civic duty, as they say, done and get back here in time to, you know, to get everything all ready to go. I should have angled before I took my first shot, but 'tis in anyhow. There we go. Oh my god, that dude's getting swarmed over in D2. Oh my god, yeah, it's gotta suck. We need to get over there and help them out quick. Oh my god, yeah, the whole team is swarming them. Let's break it up a bit. And made me bounce. Oh, Jesus, KV2. I've got like the whole damn team on me now.
Unser Panzer ist in kritischem Zustand!
Just gotta breathe and make my shots. Smart cookie. Oh, I saw that. I saw that. Oh, that's so painful. Oh my God, is this bot versus bot? This is funny. Let's see here. Well, not a good idea for voice chat. The wrong thing is that's going to get you told off by Twitch. Yeah, no, that's true. But most people would be respectful, but there's always that one. And no, and that's the fear that a lot of streamers have. I mean, I know certain streamers who, you know, have brought in viewers to voice chat, and yeah, exactly that has happened, and they're like, yeah, okay. Voting that's a pain in the yeah. I mean, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, it's not like it's an everyday thing, but you know, you do it and it's over with, right? Time to eat lurk. Cool. Thank you, Metavale. I appreciate that. Hopefully you have a good meal. What movie was it where the guy goes back in time, he got a chainsaw, then a shotty for one hand and yells, "This is my boomstick." Army of Darkness. Bruce Campbell. Good movie. I understand yesterday I got a boot stuck in my IS-2 from behind. Couldn't even get away from it. I tried everything for about half a minute. It was pretty desperate. We report all such incidents to developers. Yeah, I mean, if it's a bot, it's a bot. You know what I mean? But it's frustrating. You know what I mean? Even more so if it's a player. I'm just waiting for you, UK tank, to be put in, but that's probably way down the line. I know they're talking. I mean, UK tanks are on the horizon. I mean, I know that they've indicated that they will put in the UK tank tree. When, I don't know. I know they've got a second German tank destroyer that's coming out with the next update. There's bug fixes, quality of life stuff, a new map. There's like tons of stuff they're stuffing into this new update. I'm sure, you know, in and around the Steam release, probably they'll announce something more along that lines. But I know the UK tanks, they've indicated, yes, it is on their to-do list. That was made, they made that clear, from I think pretty close to the get-go, at least from when I first started getting involved. Ouch, yeah, it did hurt. Quality of life, it's quality of life. So basically, like, little nagging things, like, for example, like when you go into a battle and you know how you had the tips on the bottom, like where you'll have, now they've included the tip where, you know, you've got to press, when you want to switch ammo, you got to press the button twice, like that kind of quality of life improvement where, you know, maybe they could be a little bit more clear on information. There's that. You know, is there, you know, tips that they could put out? There's that. Is it, you know, maybe streamlining, you know, ranking? Could it be, you know, something in the store, you know, clarifying there, you know, maybe, you know, I know a radio operator questions come up several times in the Discord. Maybe they put that info out there and say, okay, look, you know, the tank has a radio operator gets X, and one that doesn't get a radio operator, and this is the range, it's Y, you know, stuff like that. I know what you would love: credit control. No, not really. Not really. I mean, me, if my biggest two wishes is variable zoom. So zoom that you can use on your scroll wheel. So that way, you know, you don't just have your standard hit the shift button and then you get, you know, that's it. You can kind of zoom out further if you need to, or zoom less if you need to. Right? So that would be one. The other one I would like, as far as a quality of life improvement, is cruise control. So that way I'm not sitting on the W key forever. I can press, like, for example, the R key to auto go forward, or the F key to auto reverse. That way I don't have to hold those keys, the W, S, A, D, or whatever have you. You know, that's kind of, it's automatically done. Unless I press the W or S button, it'll, you know, stop, or, you know, reverse, vice versa. Right. So then that will disengage the cruise control, or I can just press the button repeatedly until it's, you know, 0 speed, whatever have you. But that kind of stuff. That's it. As far as credits and all that goes, I mean, I think the game's well balanced. You know what I mean? Another quality of life thing, I guess you could say, is bot improvement. But that's always going to be a thing. It's going to be a never ending thing. As long as you have bots in the game, it'll be a constant update and refresh and all that, because you'll have people that'll be like, oh, they're not performing well, and then you can get to a point where people are like, okay, they're performing too well. So, you know, it's a constant ebb and flow, right? So, you know, that's it. But, you know, credits and all that other stuff, I think it's fairly balanced. I'm actually surprised there's no American heavy tanks in the game. So maybe that'll come with, you know, maybe they go tier 10 and they add it. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what the Cold War branch is. That'll be interesting to see those tanks, and if you can potentially ride around in an Abrams and a Leopard. So, I mean, there's still tons to come out in this game. Like, I mean, there's so much potential. So, I mean, I'm not sweating it. You know, it's just a matter of time. You know, I like that, you know, when they bring something out, for the most part, you know, it's like 99% good. Like, you bring out, you know, tanks, and, you know, obviously people are going to play with them and stuff like that, and, you know, they might need to adjust things here or there, but for the most part, I mean, you know, they take their time, they get the tanks right, and then they bring them out. You know, I think maps is going to be a thing that, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of maps they roll out. I know the next one's supposed to be a city map. but it'll be interesting to see what kind of maps they have in mind to bring out. And then, you know, in addition to that, game modes, if there's going to be like different game modes, or, you know, I know there was talk of like capture the flag and kind of thing, but who knows? It'd be interesting to see. So, yeah. Cruise control. Goddamn phone correcting. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, cruise control is it's a big thing. You know, like, especially if you've played other tank games. You know what I mean? It's a thing that's popping up a lot in the Discord. So, I mean, obviously it's gaining traction, which is kind of a good thing, because for me, I know where that's coming from. And that's a lot of players that are leaving a different game and coming over and playing this one. So they're kind of used to having that cruise control. So when I see that pop up more in the Discord for the game, you know, it kind of gives me a little chuckle, because I know where it's coming from. I agree with it. It makes sense. I think, yes, it should be in the game. And, you know, the developers have indicated that, yes, it is something that they're going to bring out. So that's a good thing. But, you know, it you know, every once in a while when it pops up, and I get a little laugh out of it, because I understand where it's coming from. So it's, in a way, it's kind of good to see. I'm waiting for platoons and tank brigades to come out, which is going to be nice. I'm waiting for that to roll out. So there's a lot that's on their plate. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff that they're working on and trying to get out. And mind you, it's a beta still. I mean, it hasn't even had its full Steam release yet. So, you know, while we all want now, we all have to understand, on the same token, as a developer, you want to make sure you're putting your best foot forward, because, I mean, how many examples of games have been rushed and then all of a sudden we're all like, oh, really? Like, you look at like Cyberpunk, No Man's Sky, Anthem, the list goes on. You know what I mean? Where the developers has skimped on taking care of those little things, just to try to get that bag, and, you know, unfortunately it suffered for it. And you only get, especially in today's day and age, you only get one first impression, right? And you want that to be a positive first impression, because if it's a negative first impression, it's like almost impossible to shed that. So, I mean, there's that. So, I mean, you know, what exactly, you know, is their number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, on their to-do list? I don't know. But I can imagine the plate is quite plentiful. And I know that, you know, us as players, we add to that plate, which is a good thing. You know what I mean? Because it gives them feedback, and it gives them, you know, information as to the direction, you know, that perhaps that they're already taking, and going, okay, yeah, we're on the right path. Or, you know, it gives them a chance to look at things and go, okay, well, yeah, we didn't think about that, and change it up, right? So player feedback's always important, because, like I said, at the end of the day, they want you to enjoy the game. They want you to play the game, and, you know, they want you to have a good time and tell your friends about it and play with your friends and all that stuff, right? So I think they're going about it the right way. You know what I mean? And I like the fact that they're not afraid to balance if need be, while being as historically accurate as possible. They're not afraid to balance things to make it, playable, which is good. It'd be nice to have a World of Tanks, some of their maps with 15 players versus 15 players. I don't know if they'll ever go that big. I mean, maybe they'll do that with like brigade battles. You never know. But I mean, an 8-on-8 isn't too bad. I mean, it's manageable, and I mean the battles are pretty decent. I mean, it's a lot easier to match 16 than it is, 30 players, while trying to keep everything balanced. To be fair, but not to say that they won't ever get there. And I mean, we also got to keep in mind, World of Tanks has been out, what, give or take 15 years, right? If you want to include, beta time and all that. Some people argue that they're still in beta, but whatever have you. But they've been out 15 years, so they've had time to go through growing pains. They've had all that time to add, subtract, etc., etc. So, I mean, if you look at where World of Tanks is and where Panzerkampf is as far as terms of development, I mean, we're talking like, a big gap. Not to say that Panzerkampf will never get there. I just think, also we have to take in mind that World of Tanks is a different game, of maybe a different philosophy compared to what the developers at Panzerkampf are envisioning for their game. Like, one of the things I like is you don't have these made up tanks like, Forest Spirit and, fucking, I don't know, Valhalla, KVR2 or whatever have you, or, like, it's just, it's legit. So I like that, it's none of this made up make believe tanks. I mean, mind you, yeah, it's nice to have, different tanks, you know what I mean? But on the same token, it's like, okay, come on, man. Like, are you doing this because, you're legitimately trying to add to the game, in a good reason? Or you're just throwing this out there because, you want people to spend in the cash shop and you're trying to, dig in their pocket. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, hey, if I was making $1 billion a year like they are, hey. Maybe they feel like they can't do no wrong. I don't know. I just equate it to the FIFA thing. There's some people that'll just keep buying that FIFA game no matter what. And then there's other people that'll be like, yeah, no. So, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I can't knock their contribution to the industry. I mean, like they've been out, 14, 15 years. There's not too many games that are still successful after all that time. So, I mean, they had to have gotten something right. I mean, I don't agree with all the decisions, and some people, their list is longer than mine, and some people, they got no list at all. So, I mean, each to their own, but, like I said, at the end of the day, it's been around for as long as it has for a reason. So I just hope that, all Panzerkampf can be successful as well, and rack up many a years of being a serviceable, playable game where people are coming out and having fun with it. So I mean, I like the direction they're going in. I know there's other popular streamers who stream this and play this that aren't CCs, and they like the direction that the game's going in, and they like the game. I mean, case in point, I mean, who in the tanking community doesn't know Sofaline? I mean, Sophie's Sophie. I mean, everybody knows Sophie to some extent. And if you don't know her by Sofaline, maybe you know her by one of her, her nicknames that the community, I'm sure lovingly have dubbed her on, Tank Girl or Angelina Jolie Light or 2.0, whatever, But, she's been in the game a long time, and, she's very knowledgeable. I mean,
Can I put my balls in your jaw? Balls in your jaw. Can I?
always Jarhead wanting to put balls in people's jaws. But, no, I mean, Sophie, I mean, but when, it goes without saying, if she puts her stamp of approval on something, then, you're kind of on the right path, at least in my opinion, I think. So, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I didn't mean right away when it gets more popular. No, of course. No way football games are rubbish. Of course. FIFA games are, like they're like the awesomest thing ever. Sarcasm. Back from the lurk. Welcome back. I think their current success is due more to the CCs who stream and explain the game mechanics. To some extent, yeah. I mean, we could throw out one name that just, I mean, he's in your neck of the woods, Meadowvale. I mean, there's one big, World of Tanks streamer out there that, people have certain feelings about, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I respect them for, what they've been able to accomplish, how long they've been in the game. Not just the current game that they're streaming, but just in the streaming game itself. I got to tip my hat to it. I mean, you know, there's not too many people who can do what this person's been able to do for as long as they've been able to do it and still be relative and maintain the numbers that they do, you know? So, yeah, I mean, I think their CCs help them, but on the same token, I don't agree with their CC program and some of the decisions that they've made as of late. But it is what it is. I mean, you know, they'll you know, live by the sword, die by the sword, so to speak. They'll figure it out and they'll go from there, right? At the end of the day, they're just going to do them. I mean, I can say, you know, my experience. I think the Panzer Comp team and their treatment of their CCs and their player base is far beyond. At least from my experience, I can say that they've been like beyond amazing with me. And I just, it just makes me value and cherish that relationship with them a lot more. Just simply because they've been so awesome, so respectful, so understanding, you know, with me, especially like going through my ISP issues and all that. Like I felt supported by them. You know what I mean? Like they stood by me through it and all that. And that speaks to me, that speaks volumes. I mean, it's easy to pat somebody on the back when they're up, you know what I mean? But when they're getting kicked while they're down, it speaks volumes. When you not only stand with the person, you know, you reach your hand out to help them up. You know what I mean? So, you know, just tremendous amount of respect for the development team of Panzer Comp and how they've treated me. So, I mean, you know, I tip my hat to them. They are like top shelf. I think when the game comes out, more people will hear about it and you might get more players from the other game. Yeah, I mean, I know there's probably some people waiting for it to come out on Steam, it is what it is. She's doing Steel Aces. Yeah. The only way to be a beta tester in Steel Aces is money. I don't know. I don't know. I know she's doing Steel Aces. I know she's, you know, at least from my understanding from what she said, that she's not into CC programs, and I don't think she wants to do CC programs. I don't know. There's kind of a him and a ha there with that. There's been a couple of names from the EU community that I've seen in PanzerComp Discord feedback that are fairly big CCs in that other game, mod creators. So hopefully it will give PanzerComp a fair crack at the whip when it comes out of beta. Yeah, I mean, you know, like all the ones that I know of, you know, any streamer, you know, like, especially if they're playing a similar type game, I tell them, I'm like, hey, you know, check this out. Like, I mean, legitimately, you should try it. It's fun. Play it. And, you know, luckily everybody I have turned on to this game and said, hey, you know, come out and check it out. I mean, I don't want to say 100% because, you know, I could be wrong, but I would like to think at least, you know, in the high 90s percent wise that, you know, players I've said, hey, come check this out. They enjoy the game and they're still playing it. So there's that. You mean Slow Grandpa? No, there's another one. Goddamn dog going off on one for no reason. Fancy dog, yeah. The CC program in Watt was just so wrong. And they only kept two. Yeah. It's unfortunate what they did to them. I mean, it just, you know, it is what it is. You know, like I felt like they kind of did them dirty, but it is what it is. Where does a winemaker get his gossip? Through the grapevine. Jesus. Bad moodish. Yeah. How do you fix a broken tomato with tomato paste? Oh my God, the dad jokes. Oh my God. Okay, let's do a couple more battles. But yeah, if you guys haven't yet, please go to panzerconf.net, download this game, play it, try it. I'm sure you will love this game. Keep your expectations in check. It is a beta. I will advise when you log in, go to your settings, set your graphics to at least medium quality. I wouldn't go higher than that until at least, obviously, you got to give the developers more time to optimize everything. So it'll only get better, but at least to get you going and to give you, a great experience right off the hop. Make sure your graphics are set to medium. Make sure VSync is turned off. I know some of you NVIDIA fans out there, want VSync and DLSS and all that great stuff. And you want to stretch the legs out on your cards and go max graphics quality and all that, but, just reel it in a bit. Medium graphics, VSync off, and then adjust your sound to whatever you're comfortable with, and you'll be good to go. But it's a good game. We're having fun with it. I don't tell you this is only just because I'm a CC. I was playing this game before I became a CC. I checked it out, and I liked the potential. I liked what I seen. I liked the game, so I've been lucky enough to be included in the CC program for this game. And I just, I just want folks to try it, and hopefully you guys will really enjoy the game. And I mean, there's going to be more and more and more added and more coming out. So, rest assured, it's sky's the limit here. Potential is like off the chain. It's off the hook. So hopefully you guys are enjoying what you're seeing, whether you're viewing this live on Twitch, checking VODs, even seeing this on our YouTube channel and all that good stuff. But yeah, panzerconf.net, free to play, doesn't cost you anything. Get in, have some fun. And it's not even a big download either, so it's not going to eat up a ton of your resources or your hard drive space or any of that. It's hey, it's about as good of a deal as you can get, right? Okay, let's gang up on this guy, get him out. He's KV2. Okay, now we can focus on these guys over here. Oh, not good. There we go. Punched him out. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So, there we go. Just eat. VSync accidentally hit the button, turned on anyway. Oof. With a laptop, 3050 GPU, I had to set everything to low, otherwise it was all fuzzy. Yeah, laptop graphics cards aren't really the greatest. But I mean, yeah, if you throw in, with yours, if you were able to double up the RAM, I would. And then obviously I'd probably throw in an M.2 SSD. And then run your games off of that, so that way your operating system's separate from your game saves. That might help as well. So yeah, if you're playing on a laptop, upgrade to a PC if you can. I think he went laptop just simply because it's more convenient for him live gaming. I mean, you figure, and I just think his current situation is more conducive to a laptop than a PC, just for kind of everything he does, where he goes, and all that stuff. So, yeah. And I mean, considering that, he's upgraded from what he previously had, I can only imagine what he was running games on prior to this newer laptop. So, oof. But, hey, it's all good. Not at my age, not financially viable. Plus, I teach Silver Surfer classes. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, I mean, it's especially if you're traveling a lot, laptops can be great because you can just kind of, hotspot into somewhere or connect to a Wi-Fi, or, if you're lucky, get an Ethernet cable or Ethernet cable, however you want to pronounce it, and kind of plug in that way. So it just gives you tons of options. The only thing I just wish is I wish the laptop graphics cards that they offer in the pre-builts were a little bit more beefy for the price point that they're currently at. But for what you do, I mean, it should last you. I mean, you're not going to get 10 years out of it, but even a desktop PC, people aren't going to get 10 years out of it. You're lucky if you get 5 years out of a desktop nowadays before you have to do an overhaul. I mean, thankfully, it looks like the graphics cards have kind of slowed down a bit. Versus the craziness. More dad jokes in Discord. Only you, Jar, I swear. Oh. Behind us. Got a hit. Oh, there he is. Boom, one shot. Knocked him out. So yeah. 'Tis good, 'tis good. Yeah, 5 years later, my computer was slow. I gave it to my daughter, just upgraded the GPU 6080 Ti. Not too bad for the game she plays. Yeah, I mean, 2080 Ti for. I mean, I even know people that stream still off of less than a 2080 Ti. I think Sofaline runs a 2070. So, I mean, she's able to stream and do what she does off of that. So, I mean, you kind of can't knock it. Previous was an i7 10750H, 16 gig of RAM with 6 gig 1060 Ti. Right on. Now it's an i5 12450, 16 gig of RAM, 6 gig 3050, saving up for a 32 gig upgrade kit. Now got my games on a USB 2 terabyte SSD. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I would look at the manual and see if, like, just bandwidth wise, if it's better to run off of like an onboard SSD, like an M.2, or if you're going to get better transfer through the USB-C. I mean, probably. I mean, with a laptop, yeah, probably the USB-C, but I would still take a look. It would. I mean, it's going to depend on your motherboard and kind of how they split everything up and all that good stuff. So yeah, there's all that good stuff. So let's see here. M.2 pretty small now, and they're fast would be the best option. Yeah. I mean, and you can get yourself a pretty decent one. Like I don't know what the brand name of the one you've got in right now, but like a Western Digital Black 1 terabyte isn't too expensive, and probably for the games that and I don't imagine you would have a boat ton of games or a boat ton of files or whatever have you. But yeah, 1 terabyte would probably do you great. And Western Digital Black is pretty fair as far as stability and longevity, and yeah, I think you'll be happy with it. I mean, if you're looking for speed and all that, yeah, there's I think it's a Sebring Rocket. I mean, there's some like blazing fast ones out there, but yeah, there's space in a caddy supplied for a second M.2. Yeah, I'd probably go with a 1 terabyte SSD, Western Digital Black M.2. That's what I've got in mind, and they're great. I think they're either 1 or 2 terabytes. I think I got the 2 terabyte models. But yeah, I mean, they're good to go. Yeah, Western Digital Black M.2 is awesome, is what I use, but 2 terabyte. Yeah, I think I've got the 2 terabyte model. Hold on, I'll actually tell you real quick. I can probably take a look. Yeah, it's 2 terabyte modules that I've got. I've got 2 of those, or 3. Yeah, 3 of those in. So 1 I use for my operating, 1 I use for stream related stuff, and another one I use for game storage and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would use the second M.2 slot for an SSD. You can probably go a terabyte or 2 terabytes. I mean, you're probably going to want speed over storage. And the only reason I say that is because you've got that USB 2 terabyte that you can store other things on, like, photos, pictures, whatever have you. that's not not games. And 1 terabyte probably for what you play is probably sufficient. But if you want a future proof and you can afford it, then yeah, a 2 terabyte option is great. Unfortunately, the larger storage sizes, they haven't come down in price yet. Like ideally, I'd love to have a 6 or an 8 terabyte variant. That'd be great. Current is 1 terabyte Samsung. Yeah. So that might, yeah. I'm wondering what model that would be, because I've had Samsung before. They're okay. They're okay as well. I guess you've got the Magician software. So if that's what you got, then yeah, stick with Samsung's. As if you're going to add a secondary drive, stick with Samsung then, because then you're just using one software to maintain everything. And the Magician software is not too bad. I've used it before. So yeah, just makes life easier. So you don't have to have the Western Digital one and the Magician software and all that headache. You can just one and it covers all your bases. And you kind of can't go wrong with a decent Samsung. I think, the 990, 980, 970, even something like that, whatever. You don't need anything fancy. It just depends on what your pocketbook is, and, try to get the best bang for your buck. And then you'll be good to go there. That's kind of what I would go with. 8 terabyte, that's about $700. I'm waiting for them to come down. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're pricey. If they were a little bit more reasonable in price, then yeah, I would definitely pick up 2 of those versus my 2 terabyte options. But it is what it is. I'm happy. Could I have more storage? Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I miss my Western Digital Red 6 terabyte that I had. Freaking HDD. Old school plate, platter style. It died on me and I lost so much, like family pictures and all kinds of stuff I lost off of that. And I'm, just disappointed, kind of hoping I could have got it back, but, I didn't, and the data recovery cost is just ridiculous, and there's no guarantee, and it's just, yeah, it's a nightmare. So it is what it is. I've just got 3 times 2 terabyte. Yeah, same thing, same setup I've got. So, all right, I got to punch out of here, folks. I got to go get dinner ready, something to eat, and all that good stuff, and I got to go do my voting and all that wonderful bing bongness until. We come back tonight at 7, but we're going to put a raid out. Let's see here. You know what? You guys pick. Who are we going to raid? Let me see. There's people playing Panzerkampf. There's people playing War Thunder. There's World of Warships, World of Tanks. There's people playing Tom Clancy, The Division 2. Yeah, pick it. Let me know. Yeah, good idea. I need to make my chili hungry. Yeah. Oh, God. Chili. Damn it. Now you're making me hungry. Is there any particular place anybody wants to go? Makes no difference to me. Need to go do dailies and some more Panzerkampf. Okay. Bada bing, bang, bing, bong. Yeah, okay. All right, I know who we're going to raid. We'll raid the official Panzerkampf channel, and we'll go see Medius and Barbosa. I'm sure they're over there having a good time. We'll go over, raid them, say hi, all that good stuff. Tip our hat to them. I know it's predominantly Czech speaking, but they do speak English. So, feel free to type and communicate with them. They're cool people. So, yeah. And they'll spread the love. they'll carry it forward. So, and hey, it gets you more Panzerkampf action. And you'll probably see tier 8s and tier 9s and definitely better tank play than me. But, stick around for the raid. Jump in on that, everybody. Use your A2K raid emotes or whatever emote you want. Just bing bong them with it. Let them know. And you know what? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Of course, our internet beggar stuff. Like, subscribe, follow. Comment, all the, bell notifications and all the typical YouTube beggar crap that they all say. But give us a sub and a follow on YouTube and X. It helps us out. And if you haven't yet, please smash the follow button on Twitch. Make sure your notifications are on across the board. That way, if I'm streaming over and above our regular schedule, you can come and hang out. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. scheduled. But I do like to throw on these extra streams. So don't miss out. Again, huge thank you to everybody. Thank you for tuning in, whether you're live, lurking, checking VODs and all that good stuff. Thank you so much. This VOD will be up on YouTube shortly, as well as Twitch. So have a good one. Stay frosty, and we'll see you guys in a couple hours. Till then, A2K is out. Have a good one.